All right, so we're here at LHS 3447, which is the system where you start the game. You start the game in Sidewinder, which is the same ship as I have now. Um, it is it's a small ship. You have they don't even have it here. Right, it's a very small ship. You have very little space for anything. Um, so it's kind of tough getting started. You can haul like 4 tons of uh, commodities. You have cargo space. You've got 4 cargo space. So the oh, don't know why it's doing that. The trick here when getting started is getting money. I have very little money. When you start out, you have even less. So that the trick isn't necessarily the trading commodities. There isn't a lot of money to be made from that, at least not with only 4 cargo space. Profits on a good commodity could be 1,000 credits per ton. Maybe 1,200 if you're really lucky and hit pay dirt. But that's not where the money is going to be coming from when you're starting out. It's the mission board. You want to try and stay out of trouble while you're starting out. This is stuff. I mean, that's 82,000 credits. That's a lot more than what you can possibly earn from doing commodities. So that's a very good start. Picking something here. I mean, 4 units of fish. That will fill up your cargo space, and you'll get 82,000 credits for it. Your goal here is to get a bigger ship, and the only way to get that is by getting more money. The hauler has twice the capacity of the Sidewinder. I don't know what the Eagle has. The Eagle doesn't have much at all. But you want to eventually get into the Cobra Mk3. That's one of the better ships. This one has 18 cargo spaces. So now you're talking maybe making 18 to 20,000 credits per trip. But that's still a lot less than these guys. So you want to keep an eye on these and see what they got, what's gonna happen, where they want to go, where you think you can go, and then check the galaxy map to see where it is. So you're starting here at LHS. LHS 3447 is a binary system. I really hate those. Also, the distance from the sun and out to the planet with the bases are, the star bases, or whatever you want to call them. It's pretty big. When you drop out of hyperspace, whatever you want to call it, you end up closest to the biggest mass in the solar system, which is the sun. And in this case, it is this one. So you'll end up like right here in the asteroid belt almost. And then you have to fly all the way out here, and it's 2,000 light seconds. It's pretty far away. So all of these are very, not very friendly to get to. These guys are even worse because that's 91,000 light seconds. So LHS 3447 is not really a good place to be. But unfortunately, that's where you're at. So we're gonna actually deliver the fish because we can. It's a good example of a great mission to get. We don't need any fuel, we don't need any repairs, we don't have anything to restock. We're gonna look at outfitting, shipyard, and maintenance when we get to the next place. We'll look at the we can look at the commodities market. Alright, so this is basically a list of everything that is. I don't know why it's doing that weird. Alright, that's better. So this is everything that is for sale or purchase in this system. You can choose to buy stuff here and sell it somewhere else. I don't have any more cargo space right now, but you basically just pick it, and you'll over here you'll have an option of adding or removing. We'll look at that when we get to the next system. The mission board we looked at, passenger lounge. That's for later. It's basically people want to get somewhere, and you can put them on your ship and fly in there. Alright, that's paying fines. So we're not really gonna deal with these three. It's here is where your money is, for starters. I have an issue with my configuration. I'm gonna have to fix that. My flight thrust lateral Alright, we'll check that. Alright, so we're ready to go. We're gonna get to the surface here in this space station. And we're gonna get out here, and we're gonna do a launch. We got lateral thrusters, we got sideways thrusters, we got forward thrusters. There is a tutorial when you first start that will teach you the basics on flight. It doesn't really cover everything, but at least it is a fairly decent. It's fairly decent. It gets you started with understanding the controls. Well, we're gonna cover a lot of them. We're gonna cover some of that now here too. Alright, so we have this one transaction. They want to bring it to the main hub in Eravate system. We're gonna go have a look at that. So here's the system. We're gonna load up the system map. Um, and that's the main hub. It has that little icon on it, so it will tell you that's where you want to go. You'll plot the route for that. And then you're ready to go. Now that showed up here pretty center in my screen right away. That's just pure luck. There is in the bottom middle there is the sensor, like the radar. It will show you if something is in front of you or behind you or where not. And to the left top of that there is this little scope that shows a white dot, and that points towards the target that you have set. So for us that is Eravate and the main hub. So we're gonna go there, and it's 4.16 light years away, and we're gonna use the hyperdrive to get there. That's covered in the tutorial. It's a simple matter of just engaging the hyperdrive when you're pointing towards your target. Alright, so this is our first trip. We're gonna travel 4 light years in 20 seconds. There we are. And I told you we were landing pretty much on the sun. That is not the time for snoozing. You gotta get there. Once you get out, you gotta just turn around towards your target. Alright, so here's one of the things that they didn't cover very well in the tutorial. This is saying that all your speed and your distance gotta be blue, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Shit. This is what happens when you're doing stuff live. Come on. Somebody's coming to kill me. They don't like fish. Come on. Alright. So they didn't like me delivering fish. That sometimes happens. Alright, so we're back on target. Alright, in the bottom left hand corner there is that orange thing that says main hub, and it says distance and speed, and there's those bars there indicating, well, your distance and speed. And there's now the an indicator there that goes down showing that your distance is that you're closing in on your target. Now that vertical bar needs to be in those two blue bars for you to be able to drop out of Super Cruise, and the speed bar also needs to be inside those 5 blue bars for you to be able to drop out. So you gotta get close as fast as you can and then slow this thing down. Not too fast though. We're gonna get into this main hub and hopefully drop off some fish. Yeah, so we got some comments on here. Yeah, a loop of shame. Yeah, if you're coming in too fast, I mean, this thing doesn't stop on a dime. Far from it. If you're coming in too fast, you're gonna have to basically just do a loop and come back again, and just yeah, just stand on the brakes and hope you're gonna not have to do another loop. I guess everybody's done that at some point. Um, so that's something you learn when you gotta do it. I sometimes overshoot. Um, the tip here was 10 seconds. Make sure you drop your speed. So now we're in the blue zone, and we're gonna get out. I did overshoot it a little bit, but that was because I'm yapping. Here's main hub. We're a little far away. I'm gonna move over there. This is a different kind of space station than the one we were at. This one has external um, landing platforms. That you're gonna get onto. Do I have engine boost? No, I don't have engine boost. All right, so since we're a little far away, we can look at some of the other things. You got these panels that will show you your. Don't do the. All right, it will let you look at maps, what transactions and what contacts you have. You can zoom in on here. You got more stuff over here. We're gonna cover that a little bit going forward. Trick here is request docking,
Boarding permission granted.
and it will tell you where to dock, and it will also hopefully give you some indication of where it is. Let's see if I got my landing pad 1. Where's landing pad 1? There's landing pad 1. Oh, that's nice. Alright, coming in a little hot. Alright, I hate landing. That's why I use the automatic auto lander, auto docking computer. Ah! Hey, that's 3. What the hell? How did we do that? And now I'm stuck here. Where did mine go? Where's my landing pad? It shows it as being, yeah, loitering. This is exactly why I'm using the auto docking. There's one.
Scan detected.
All right. Okay. I think I'm backwards. We're gonna do a 180-degree here. Drifting off. No, where am I? I'm crashing. Alright, that is not a great landing, but I landed. Alright. So we did a mission for 4 units of fish, which is great. And we just earned 82,000 credits. So that's a good start. Now, commodities works in the same way. You basically you buy something. All right. If you're gonna buy something, you have to buy something they actually have. These guys have. Well, I still have fish. Alright, so what went wrong? Oh. Okay. I still have stuff in my cargo hold because part of what I earned was modular terminals, which I now can sell for an extra bonus. So that's why. All right. Now these guys have basic medicines and they're really cheap. And there's always somebody looking for that. So you can just go and you buy that.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
And then you can take that somewhere else. I'll show you in a minute where's a good place for dropping that off. But anyways, so that's the commodities, buying and selling. Outfitting. Don't waste money on the Sidewinder. If you must, you can get another cargo rack, which will give you an extra 2 cargo. So that can travel, you can bring with you 6 units rather than 4. Or if you're really bad at landing like I am, You can get the docking computer, which they don't have here. That sucks. Well, you get everything else. You can get lots of other stuff here. There's weapons, all kinds of weapons you can get. Again, don't waste money on this on the Sidewinder. You wanna get a bigger ship before you start spending money on that. Advanced maintenance is just a way of doing more detailed stuff on that. All right, so for the medical stuff, we're gonna go and drop that off at a nearby. What happened? Nearby system. These guys always need medicines. We can check the system map there. We'll select one of the stations to go to and set the target. And take off. So now that little dot in the targeting is hollow, which means we're facing away from it. So you gotta do a loop to come around. Now it's solid. It's coming into view, and there's our target system. I'm speeding. I have yet to be arrested for speeding, but the limit seems to be about 100. So in the bottom right hand corner there's a dot for mass lock. That light just went out, so we are now far away enough from everything that we can jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we're gonna jump to the next system. Again, this is gonna dump us right into the sun. We gotta turn around so we don't get sucked into that. So we wanna make sure we don't go too fast. So these orbitals are a lot closer to the sun than there was in the other one, so we're going to come up on them pretty quickly. Try and drop out right on it this time rather than yapping around on it. So we're getting close. There we are. We're dropping out. Dropping right up on it. Drop your speed down to under 100. Oh, there's another ship right there. We are going to go to contacts and request docking.
Boarding permission granted.
And then get up onto landing pad 1 again. Not entirely sure where that is. I'm gonna think it's this one with the lights on. That looks like a one. Alright, we're gonna bring the speed down, bring the gear out.
Landing gear deployed.
Alright. See if we can land a little prettier this time. I've just redone my why are we not too high? Just redid my controller config. Come on, come on, come on. Back, back. Alright, that was a lot quicker and fairly clean. Is that somebody we know? Alright, so we did and we got our medicines. Not really a great place. I get a profit of 200 per. What is it? 204 credit per ton of medicine. That's not great. There is ways around that. Hold on. I have to do this. There are websites like this one, EliteDangerousTrading.com, that lets you type in the name of where you are. where you want to go. Let's see, what was it? All right, and then you can see all right, so now it's not working. That's great. All right, so you can type in where you are. Let's say, and then you don't have a lot of money to start with, so you don't want to spend more than 500. You can view trade routes. Really? There we go. All right, so it will tell you what the commodity is, where from, and where to go to, how much it costs to buy it, what you sell it for, and what the profit per ton is. And then you can decide whether that is something you want to do or not. Updated, that means when the price last was updated on this website. If it's more than, I would say if it says 2 days on here, prices change, you may not get that. But using this website will help you find where you can get stuff and where to bring it to. All right, so damn it, there is those ships or anything here. Where is my ship? All right, so let's find our way back to we can go back to Eravate. My ship is stored right here on Cleve Hub. So you can see if there's any missions going there. Let's see, legal. Doesn't look like there's anything. I'm not sure why it's doing this weird thing with the screen jumps. That's new. All of this is not necessary at this point. So basically you gotta just keep doing missions and keep trading back and forth until you get enough money for another ship. It's a little bit of grinding, but if you're lucky and get the right missions, it shouldn't really take too long. Okay, so we're gonna find our target. Ah! We're not gonna fly into the space station. I did set the target, right? Did I not? I didn't. Alright. We are gonna set the target. We're going here. We're gonna look at the... We're gonna go to Cleve Hub. And we're gonna set the target. There we go. Now we got the white dot. There's our new system. Our destination. We're gonna head over there. Mass lock is off. Means we can fly.
Frameshift drive charging.
Gonna prime up the jump drive. I'm gonna head over there, not because I want to switch ships, but because I want to switch ships. But we can also look at the Cleve Hub. It's a little more high tech than some of the ones we've looked at. Alright, gotta be careful with that sun. What happened to my speed there, huh? Alright, so we may end up with the loop of shame. We got the loop of shame. I'm gonna loop around. That's speeds there are just massive, so if you end up looping around, you're gonna be a million miles away before you know it. Alright, we got the speed alright. Gotta get that distance down. And then disengage. And then we're gonna do manual docking at Cleve Hub.
Echo Romeo. This is Federal Flight Control. Submit to random
This is a
security
nice
scans
little
on your
station.
approach.
I'm gonna go out this way a little bit. I like having it above me so I can see it up there. So this is a little bit of a drag because we gotta go out in front of it and come back in. I'm gonna bring up the panel, contacts, request docking.
Authorization cleared. Proceed to
I
landing
gotta
pad
turn that
2H.
off.
Shields are
This is a no-fire zone. Power down weapon systems
Silent
immediately.
running.
I didn't mean to turn the weapons on, silly. There's an option for automatic automatically deploying your weapons if you hit the fire button. So I hit the fire button. I didn't mean to, but I did.
Warning, taking heat damage. Warning, temperature critical. Warning, taking heat damage. Thermal temperature restored. Hydro malfunction.
Alright, 28 is over there.
Loitering is a crime.
Thermal temperature restored. Warning, temperature critical. Landing gear deployed.
Checked your bay number. Check again. Unauthorized loitering may trigger a lethal response.
Aerial speed, come on. It drifts off so fast.
The access corridor is designated a no-stop zone. Blockages will be removed using lethal force.
Landing completed. Power down systems. Welcome to Federal Facility, Commander. Good to have you.
Alright, so this place has a lot more services, and we're almost done. It has a shipyard where you can see the various ships. As I said, the Cobra MK3 is a good choice, but it's 350,000 credits. It takes a bit to get there with the little Sidewinder unless you land 4 or 5 really good contracts. Also, you gotta have a little bit more than that because you're gonna want some outfitting and you need some money to do some commodities trading. It might be an idea to switch to a hauler. Because it has a lot of extra capacity. Some of the missions as well will require that you bring a number of units to your destination, and if you don't have the cargo hold, you can't do it. So yeah, definitely consider doing a few hours in the hauler just to get some extra money to get up to the MK3. Outfitting, again, there's a lot of options here. Hard points are your weapons, utility mounts, defensive stuff mostly, shield booster, electronic countermeasures, scanners. For this, again on the Sidewinder, don't waste your money. The only thing I'd consider doing here is the freaking docking computer. It's 4,500. Yes, get it. It will, all your docking will just be automatic, and then once you've gotten more comfortable flying, do it. This you can skip it. The rest of the stuff, the frame shift drive is the stuff that moves you forward. Again, with the Sidewinder, don't spend money on doing this. The higher the number, the better they are. The character is also changes some characteristics of the drives. The D is the lightest. The D has the least, yeah, it's the lightest. The A is the most efficient, but it may weigh a little bit more. That's something you need to look at when you get onto different ships. Definitely consider upgrading that. It gives you better range for jumps. When you do that, you may also have to look at the power plant. That is what generates your electricity on board that you need for everything. You need it for more shields. So when you go to upgrade the shields, you're gonna deal with that. Sensor suite is very expensive stuff. But everything uses power. So if you don't upgrade this, you're gonna end up in a situation where you don't have enough juice for everything you got on board. Livery is extras that you buy, like with real money. Shipyard, advanced maintenance. There isn't much there. I'm not gonna look at that. We're gonna go and take a look at the various panels in your things. Hang on one second.
Do you have authorization to be inside the docking bay? Remember, loitering is a violation. Blocking bay access is a crime. Don't risk annihilation. Make way.
All right.
Docking clamps retracted.
I'm
Observe
gonna
station
take
regulations
off
on
and
exit.
get out of here.
The access passport is designated a stop.
So there are lights on the gate here too, so you're supposed to stay to the left here.
Lethal force.
Landing gear retracted.
Try not to crash. Right, we don't have a destination set, but we don't really. Doesn't matter much. All right, so you're on your left side, hitting the 1 key. It's the default mapping. Gives you the left side panel. Has navigation with the galaxy map, the system map. Set filters. Please use that. The default is everything on. With everything on, you just get there's it's not what I meant to do. With everything on, there's too much stuff in here, and it's tricky to find stuff. I don't like it. Asteroid clusters, if you're gonna do
You have exceeded the
mining
station exclusion zone.
stations,
Take care, Commander.
and that's pretty much it. All right. So now you can find your hubs, your asteroid belt if you want to do mining, and you're good to go. If you're not gonna do mining, turn it off. Turn it off. Planets and moons, maybe. Alright, so that shows planet, and there's your hub. The number 2 key gives you upper left. Which is communications. Email notifications, promotions. You can turn stuff on and off. I don't spend a lot of time in there. The number 3 key gives you the main display in front of you, and number 4 you got the right hand side panel goes alright, the modules lets you turn stuff off and on. That's covered in the mining tutorial, where you don't have enough power to have the lasers and the shield on at the same time. You can turn stuff off to save on energy. Not having shields on is a bad idea. Fire group. All right, this is fun. All right. So it totally depends on, of course, on what you have and what you don't. It seems you can have two. You can at least have 2 fire groups. So if you have multiple sets of lasers, like these are offensive lasers here, and then you have mining lasers maybe, so that will be a different fire group. So you have lasers. One is primary. All right. So those primary is 1. And number 2 is a secondary fire. So you can know that. So you can sort of do that. Doesn't really make sense in this context because you want to have both lasers fired at the same time. But if you have like torpedoes or rockets, missiles, whatever, you can set those up as you know, secondary fire, and then you can alright, that was interesting. You can set that up with optional the optional button. So you'll have that, and then if you have mining lasers, you can have that primary and secondary buttons. The inventory just shows what you're carrying. Usually the cargo hold is the most interesting stuff. We're not dealing with cabins. Here you can deal with other stuff. You can turn on your external lights. Turn on silent running.
Silent running. Shields offline.
Again,
Thermal signature
silent
restored.
running isn't really that great. No shields means you take damage. No. There's a bunch of options in here. Let's just go through it and figure out what it all is. Reboot repair. Sounds like restart the computer. I'm gonna check and see what this is. Alright, it's just a bunch of status information. Definitely have a look through all of this. The fire groups is kind of interesting. And you'll definitely be using the navigation transaction. That's any missions that you have, contacts, and any hub, space station, any ship that you're seeing will show up here. You can make requests, sub targets, don't know, inventory. That's stuff that you'll discover. And I'm gonna turn that off before I go crazy. So that's pretty much it. You're just going back and forth, trading basically for profit. At least for starters, you can then choose what you want to do. If you want to be a mercenary, space pirate, just continue trading, exploring. There's a huge galaxy out there. Lots of stuff to find. There's lots of people. Everybody I've run into has been friendly. So yeah, it's a fun game. It's very time consuming. You don't sit down and play 15 minutes because there's not much you can do in 15 minutes. So it is playing when you have a good chunk of time. Well, hopefully that's useful information in getting people started. I know I was fumbling around a little bit when I first started. Took me a long time, at least with the fire groups, figuring out how that worked because there's no manual. Well, I'm sure there is somewhere, but that wasn't really readily explained. Yeah, I think that's it. Hopefully it was helpful for somebody. And if you do, please leave a like. And if not, well, hopefully you find something else that helps you more. That's going to be it for today. All right, bye.